Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another race here in the Apex Online Racing Grand Prix. We're going to be in Monaco today, and I'm Ben Regan McConnell, joined on the desk by the one and only Jamie Amcasa Elder. How you doing?
I'm not too shabby, man. How are you?
I am not too shabby indeed. I am currently having a slight technical issue with one of my devices. That's why there was a little bit of a delay there in actually getting it going. But it should be all sorted in just a moment. So, Monaco. We've talked about it in the past about how this is the track of legends. It's a really difficult track to pull off, mainly because of how tight the walls are. Overtaking is a very, very, very tough thing to actually do here. And the main thing I'm worried about is how just focused the qualifying is going to be.
Yeah, well, qualifying is king. There's no two ways about it. You've got to start near the front if you want a chance of winning, or just hope everyone else around you gets damage. Which is an odd thing to ask for, but it's just so hard. We've seen it, the actual F1, we've seen it several times in other leagues. Overtaking is so hard around this track. You have to just be a little bit brave and sometimes a little bit aggressive if you want to make an overtake. And we'll see how they get on as they are on some outlaps at the moment. A very heavy grid, actually.
Yeah, 19 drivers in total. The only driver that's missing is Hazard due to having some pedal issues, which he's not yet sorted. Hopefully he can get that sorted soon. But every single car, bar two, are actually out on the track. So before we start seeing some times, Amcasa, I want to hear your top three prediction.
I hate your bus, by the way.
Yeah, I chuck you into it every time. I'm sorry.
I know you do. Well, let's have a look. It's Yeltek's championship leader. Will he do it here today? Don't know. He's not the best qualifier, and that's what it could come down to. He is quick, don't get me wrong, but one lap pace isn't the best. He's got the race pace though. One lap pace comes from people like Zones. I think Get is going to take pole from Brownie, then Zones.
So what was that again?
Get
Brownie
owned.
and Zones?
Brownie. I'm writing these down. Zones.
Yeah, that's a good idea to write that down. Okay, now I'm with you for the most part. Get owned, I definitely think is going to take it today. Absolutely has got the skills to do that. It's a tough ask for Yolta, in my opinion. Whilst he is quick, don't get me wrong, I think the issues are really going to be just... I don't know if he can actually manage the qualifying pace. His race pace is fine. I mean, he's just done a 109.1. That is on softs.
That's
not fast enough, in my opinion. But then again, we are still early doors. We've only just breached the 15-minute mark. So obviously, there's still 15 minutes remaining mark, is what I meant to say. And yeah, we've still got tons of time for the track.
Oh, stop stalling. Get your times in quick. Dax. So I was on board with Dax. He gave Tobacco a good clout and has lost a lot of wing as a result. Right, go.
Yolta, get owned. Hittinen.
Fair enough. Hitton has some pace. Hopefully we'll see it here today. And yeah, so times are starting to come in. Yeltek has the current time of a 9.151 and Get Owned is there as well. So my pick with Brownie is not looking good down there.
Ryzen's just separated Yolta and Geton. He's just put in a 109.320, so just a couple of tenths behind Yolta, but still in with a chance. There's Hittinen now, joining his teammate right alongside of him, only just by 600ths of a second separating them. Literally 200ths of a second before Get On. So good stuff from him. Still plenty of time. Lots of drivers yet to put times in. In fact, one of them is Assassin, who's currently just started. Whereas Rupo got yellow flag second.
Rupo's just finished.
Oh, something hits.
Yeah, Race Monster just come out the pit lane. Assassin has just made a big mistake down there at Mirabeau and has made a mess of his lap. I've just switched on to him. I picked a really good time to do that, just to see him outbreak himself going into the first of the Mirabeaus. I think he escapes without damage. He gave the wall a little kiss. I don't believe he got damage though.
I think he's missing a left end plate. Yeah, he is.
Oh, yes, he is.
So full left end plate missing. Oh, and there's more elements missing as well. There's a big clout into the wall. So a very swift trip back to the pits for him. And I don't think he's going to be seeing any solid lap time. Somebody's just gone 2 laps in. That's Andinator now. He's just done a 109.920. Not the best time. Even I could do a 109. But
Fighting
these
talk
guys-
there from the commentator.
Well,
as-
bear in mind that I'm saying I can do a 109, but one thing that's only just occurred to me as I said that was how late on I did the 109. I did it when the track was in its most evolved state, and even then I was only slightly ahead of Andonair. Andonair is actually, you know, doing it with 13 minutes remaining and only slightly behind those in front of him. So he's still got an opportunity to be faster, and ultimately he's going to be doing that, but not on this set of tyres and not on this amount of fuel. He's going to have to trip back quickly, as almost every member of the grid is in the pits as well.
Yeah, you say Antonis is out. Yeltek has just come out. I think he's going to be the subject of our flying lap in a 14 corners time.
There is Wazir, who's just died and immediately gone into the wall, so never mind, we have to gloss over that for a brief second. Dax starting the lap now, but he's already started. It's been fine though there, that turn 1 was pretty quick. This might actually be a top 3 time if he can continue this level of pace throughout. I mean, I don't want to judge everything on just that one corner, but that first corner really sets you up. It's got a lot of time you can easily gain from there. The remainder of it is all in Sector 3. Sector 2 is pretty much the same speed because everything's so slow, except it just went really slow around that carousel there.
Sector 2 is where you can lose the entire lap so easily. It's easiest. The last part, I'd say, is probably the easiest place. Coming up here is where your lap can be made or broken. This corner and then the next corner is where it makes or breaks it. Because if you just get a bit wide, a bit wrong through there, you've made a mess. Get wide here, you've made a mess. This is where you lost it last time. He hasn't this time. As he comes through into the casino. Not casino, sorry, the swimming pool. There's a lot of casinos and swimming pools. So there probably is a casino nearby there.
Yeah.
And towards the line. And he's going to set a time this time.
There he
Bang.
is. I called it. I knew he had it in him. A 109.057 is the new pole sitting time, but remember, Yolta is out there going for a hot lap himself. We were going to do an onboard hot lap with him, but it looks like we missed that opportunity. Where's Hittinen?
Miles away.
Yeah. Alright, Ryzen, there we go. There's your man who we're going to do a little onboard with.
Hooper.
Alright, go on then.
Because he's just coming towards the line to start us off. Then, and very short split down towards turn 1. San Devont, right-hander, so easy to corner cut there and invalidate your lap. He doesn't appear to give a little wall a kiss. He goes up through Beauvage, turn 2, snaking up the hill towards Massonet, turn 3, and keep it over the left as much as you can as you throw it into turn 4, Casino. Then down the hill, mind the bump on the left. This way we can see a few cheeky overtakes into the first of the Mowbray corners as Yelta goes fastest of everyone. Into the hairpin, the Grand Casino hairpin, lowest hairpin, call it what you want, it is the hairpin. Through there, Mirabeau Bass, and links together with Porsche. Not a lot of time to accelerate through there, but you got a lot of time here. You go through turn 9, under the tunnel. Listen to that engine roar. As come out and literally bump brakes. As soon as you hit that bump is when you start applying the brakes. As you go through turn 11 and 10, the Nouvelle chicane. Turn 12 to back. This way you can see wings being nudged off on that outside. And then this is a quick section here, and hopefully you don't have a Rupert in front of you when you're trying to do a final lap. He gets well out of the way through the swimming pool complex into Rascasse, and then 2 corners left, and you don't go for them because you made a mess of your lap.
Yep. Exactly.
Not sure where you made a mess though. Did he invalidate on the hairpin?
It was on the hairpin, yeah. That was
Yeah.
If you get on that curb a bit too harsh, even though you don't gain anything, it still invalidates you because you are technically cutting the corner. You do lose a lot of time doing it anyway. There is nothing to gain from doing it, but still, you know, it is an unfair advantage. I want to see Ryzen. He's just improved. He's now gone up to join Yolta again, just under a tenth between the two of them, and that is 2,000th of
I was going to say, hang
him
on.
and Zones. I didn't even see that until just that moment there. That's insane.
His teammates coming up now, coming towards Rascasse, and then up towards the 2 last corners, Anti-Nodus. This is so crucial to get the power down as soon as you dare. This is your DRS straight. You want to be on it. And he was on it. He got on a little bit fast, but not fast enough to really do anything. And it's Toro Rosso, Racing Point, 2 Renaults, and then Racing Point once again. So some good team battles going to develop here. And that could be bad or good for the racers. There's a retirement in Sector 3. That is the swimming pool complex and the last few corners.
Yeah, it is actually the swimming pool complex where he lost it. I've got the map on the left. I can see.
Oh, good.
I can see the information, and yeah, that is exactly where he lost it. So it's a big sad, but you know, it's not the end of the world. He's still having a good old time, I guess. He's P8, 108, 109.897. He's almost guaranteed to be outside the top 10 because these guys are going to be flying and putting in some quick lap times too, which is still not yet put one in. Beaker, though, surprisingly, 111.001. I expected him to be a lot better than that, but he's currently struggling. Albeit he may have had just a bank a lap just to make sure he did post something, because the thing about Monaco is it's so easy to DNF. Like we saw already, we've lost a driver due to that sort of issue, the danger that they're going to be experiencing throughout. So if you can just put a bank a lap in, you can guarantee you're going to be able to jump a couple of places potentially.
Yep, my pole prediction driver is currently out. Get owned. You got him down to second place. Can he get up there? He's got to find a good chunk of time, half a second at least, over the lap to get within touching distance of Yeltek. And hopefully he can find 6/10 and put it right at the front. And that's what I'm hoping, because that'll get my predictions good as Dax has left the session.
Yeah, I think he's had a game disconnection. He was actually part way up the hill, going from turn 1 to turn 2. And yeah, he was just suddenly disappeared. So it looks like a game crash. Let's see if we can get back in again.
Yep, son of Bob with get owned. He's got Iceman up ahead, and Iceman is on an outlap and gets out of the way just the nick of time. Good awareness there from the ice. Cool as ever.
Yep. Get on though, coming around now, the final 2 corners. Very quick succession, those two, like you're saying, and now it's going to be an opportunity for Get to jump up a place, and he does. Gets ahead of Hittanen, but he only improves by a 10th.
Yeah.
He's going to be running out of soft tyres. So we haven't actually talked about the strategy of tyres here. Softs are very doable here. There's no reason not to touch them. They last a very long time, and I think realistically that's the sort of scenarios we're going to be seeing them in. Ooh. It's just around the question of do they go softs to mediums and then take it all the way, because it can be done, or do you actually go to the hard compound tyres? The answer is really going to be, do you have damage on the first few laps? If you do, you're going to have to go for the hards. You haven't really got much of a choice, and then hope you can get back on the softs later on. If you do switch to the mediums, you're going to have to manage them quite well to be able to make sure you get to the end. Otherwise, you're just going to end up ruining your own strategy.
Yeah, the other thing coming into play is the one thing I'm looking at here. Every single driver has done every single lap on the softs. No one's gone for a set of mediums. Is this implying that there's rain at the start of this race? No one's even taken the idea of going for mediums. Is that just because they don't want to, or is that because there's something going to happen?
I don't think there's any chance of rain,
no?
if I'm honest. No, I think it's just one of them tracks. Oh, Race Monster losing that front left-hand plate. It's just one of them tracks that you need to go softs. Qualifying is too important to not chance it. Yes, it'd be good to do a one-stop strategy, and you can still do it on the soft tyres anyway. But in a track where overtaking is, this is, I think it's very safe to say that this is the track that is by far the hardest to overtake on, full stop. That you just qualifying is just too important. The likes of Yolta, who's in a great place right now, is currently sat P1. If he can hold on to P1, unless he has a mistake of his own, realistically he's going to take the race win. That's just how it works out here. You know, he's going to have major issues if he does get any contact. But realistically, I think he can hold that together.
Well, it also comes from the fact that if people below may not go for softs to start, so when he pits, he could fall behind them and be stuck. And that's where undercuts and overcuts become so powerful. The fact that you have clean air, and Anthony and Ryzen's going to have some clean air as it stands with 4 minutes left, as he's obliterated Yasek's pole time. But yeah, clean air is so important around here. It's not because of the extra grip, it's the fact that you're not battling with anyone, you're not trying to get past, you're not being held up.
Yep.
That can be so crucial. If the race leader sees the second place is gone for the undercut, he's not going to go, well, I don't care. He's going to come up behind 3 guys all going 2 seconds slower than me. I don't care. I'm going to sit here and just go another couple of laps until I want to come in, not be forced into play.
So something else to mention is that we are in, usually this would be called the calm before the storm, and to an extent it is. But on Monaco, because of, like you said, how you need clean air in such a fashion, a lot of the drivers will be coming out a little bit earlier than you think. So that's why you got Assistant, Iceman, and Hitten out on the track, Assassin out there as well, and you've also got Wazza out there doing laps. Currently, I'm on board with Assassin as he's coming through the swim pool. He runs a bit wide there, a
Tank
little bit
slapper.
contact with the wall, but still keeps hold of his end plate. Big understeer there, just locks up as a result. And coming through the final two corners, I don't think this is going to be groundbreaking, but it should easily be better than what he's done before. And he's going to cross the line and go P16 with a 110.3. I think that's going to be the end of his qualifying. I don't think he's going to go again. He has time, but I don't know
yeah.
whether he will or not.
It's going to be a risky one if he wants to go for it again. Hittinen is out there on a lap at the moment. Your P3 prediction? I looked at him and thought, maybe, but I didn't fancy him this time. Don't know why. Didn't. We're going to see why. Because he's not going to put it top 3.
You don't think Hittinen's going to put it top 3?
No, that's why I didn't predict him.
Not if he does that. I mean...
Has he still got a wing? He does.
Yeah, he does, but he's just bouncing off walls. Still
Slows him
okay though,
down.
he's actually looking pretty good. Rastcast is arguably one of the hardest corners to do. It's so easy to lock up. And then on the exit of the corner, you've got to get the power down as much as you can without actually rotating the car too much. And yeah, it does improve, but it's so marginal. He's literally just popped up now to go P5, and everyone else is coming out on an outlap.
He's got fuel to go again though.
Does he have the wing though? Because he did.
Yes, he does. From our point of view, it looks perfect. I have been told that we can't always see 100% of what the damage is, but...
Well, I have actually got information, because he's got his information public. He has 19% wing damage on both sides of the wing.
Well...
So, I mean, it's only going to be marginal, but it does still make a difference on a track that requires a lot of downforce.
Yeah, Sicient? Sicient? Sicient?
I think.
He's on a lap.
Coming. The yellow flag sector 3.
That's someone right ahead of him.
Car, nothing else.
But they've gone now. Final two corners.
Come on. Let's see where you go now. Let's actually see a really solid qualifying session from him. There's the 8s, there's the 9s. He does jump. That's a P8 for him, a 109.560. It's just so close between the drivers. Look. I mean, we sing and dance about AOR having such close racing in terms of the lap times. You know, this is just on another level right now.
But at the same time, it's not. There's a second between 1st and 8th. Normally, it's a second between 1st and 18th. And who's that? Oh, okay, that's Wazza made a big mistake there at the Mirabeau. And reversing back on the track, nearly collected someone. I think, was that Iceman? No, it wasn't Iceman. Race Monster? It was someone. I can't remember who it was.
It was, I think it was Wazza, because it was Haas, but Cooper's decided, after a number of walls that he's collided into, he's going to sit out this rest of this qualifying and stay at P7. That's the timer that's ran to 0, so now everyone who's on a lap will get the opportunity to finish it. We're going to see drivers crossing the line now. There's 3, so Hooper stays P7, Iceman stays P15.
Gaines backed out. Gaines is out. That's all both my predictions gone.
Well, I mean, I've still got a chance. I said, what did I say? Yolta, get on. I got to get ons out, and Hittinen's out. So the only person who can really help me out here is Yolta. Let me get one thing right. Let's see now if Yolta can do what is required. Lots of cars retiring. Danny Tad's going to stay 16th. Zones stays 3rd. I think you said Zones in 3rd anyway, didn't you? So that's 1.
But let's assume his teammate didn't jump up. Where are we looking? We're looking at Ryzen coming towards Rashcast at the moment. Is he going to improve on his time? He has done a tasty 8.572, and he now does a very tasty, just a bit quicker, very tasty, 9 thousandths of a second quicker. Yeltsin coming towards the line. And doesn't go fast, that's slower by a 10th. So I got one right. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, I got Yolta in the top 3, but my other 2 just couldn't make it. This is now going to be a very tough situation. I was looking at the temperatures on Yolta's tyres there. All 4 of his tyres had core temperatures over 100 degrees, which tells me only one thing. He's going to struggle in the race.
Well, we'll see.
I'm a bit concerned. He's sat P2. He's got the opportunity to just drive the race that he wants to drive. He doesn't have to go ridiculously fast at all. But if his tyres are over 100 degrees on a hot lap...
Yeah, but that was not his fastest lap.
No, exactly.
So his tyres that he did it the fastest lap on may have been a little better. He may have been sliding through that lap, which caused that to overheat. and that's why those ones are a bit hotter. Maybe his actual tyres are a lot nicer, a lot cleaner, and not quite as barbecued.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, so the good thing is Yolta won't be doing his race on that set of tyres that he did it on there. He'll actually be doing it on the ones that he did before. So,
Are you jumping under the bus first? Because I'm not ready yet.
I'm going to jump under the bus first.
Okay, I want to see the tyre setups for everyone else before we jump under the bus.
No, I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to be honest. I think those outside of the top 10 are going to have such a tough time of
I'd like to
passing
point out,
people.
last time I predicted here at a Monaco race, I was 100% correct.
You were.
It doesn't often happen.
No.
I think that's probably the first time for these seasons that it has happened. Someone's been 100% in a race.
I mean, I got one the other day as well, right?
In a race or qualifying?
In both.
Did you?
I think I did. Pretty sure I did. I think it was Friday. Anyway,
I'm not sure. I can't
I'm going to
remember.
chuck myself under the bus first and just talk about how difficult it's going to be for Yolta now. It's going to come down to one of two things. When they pit and who does it first. Because I think the one who does it first is going to be the one who wins the race. With that in mind, I'm not bothered about the rest of those outside of the top 10 because the only way that this is going to work out for those outside of the top 10 is if they manage to keep it together. I am going to go with... I hate to do this because I want to back him, but I can't. I'm going to go Ryzen P1.
Ryzen, yeah.
I want to put.
Am I taking his name out?
I want to put Yolta in the top 3. I want to. I really
Put him third
do.
then.
But I can't. I just feel like he's going to have a nightmare of a race. I'm hoping he proves me wrong, and I'm hoping he gets the win. But I feel like he's going to have a nightmare of a race purely due to his temperatures just being so hot. So I'm not going to put Yolta in the top 3 on this one occasion. Apologies, Yolta. Please don't hurt me. But Ryzen P1, Ghetto on P2, and Zones P3 due to penalties.
Okay, well, I am writing down mine at the moment before I announce it because it's going to shock you.
Go on then. I'm
It's not really.
sat down already.
It's not really going to shock you. It's going to be.
You don't actually know, do you?
No, I've got it written down now. It is going to be Yeltek winning.
Okay.
From Get Owned. No, Zones, sorry, I wrote down, not Get Owned. From Zones, and then Hittinen P3.
Okay. So
I was looking at Brownie to come and do the miracle drive, but he's not driven in weeks. So I don't have confidence in him this week. I just remember that as we're getting into the race.
Okay. Well, here we go. Everyone's ready. The lights are on, and when they go out, we're going to be getting underway with the Monaco Grand Prix. And immediately, it's going to be a dash to the first corner. Very delayed start there, but finally we're underway. Ryzen is going to be looking to defend as much as possible. You got Zones looking for an inside line here. Just can't get it. Any collisions further back? There is definite contact.
Yes.
Big contact there. That's Hooper and Get Owned going into the wall. Hooper's just trying to get alongside him. There's not much more that they can do. They are pinballing around. Definite wing damage, I think, on the Williams and the McLaren. I think the McLaren's missing the left end plate, and I think Williams is missing the left end plate as well. But Hooper is up now at a P7, and so far no retirements.
Danny Tard, though, is causing issues. He's just lost even more of that front left wing on the back end, and another. They are almost stopping as an AI.
Contact.
A lot of contact. And that's the Mercedes of Brownie. I'm so thankful I didn't pick him. He's a great driver. Don't get me wrong. He is a great driver. On his day, he's probably one of the best drivers in this lobby. However, it is not his day. It's not his week. It's not even his year. He won't be there for me.
No.
But
we need to...
yeah.
Oh, Katie. First of the 3-second time penalties coming in now. That is a disaster. If you get on lap 1, if you continue that trend as it stands, so if you get a 3-second penalty every lap, you're going to be disqualified by a third of the race in.
Danny Tard limping home, along with Brownie. I think maybe we could see 2 retirements here. Danny Tard and Brownie might just say, that'll do. Danny Tard doesn't look happy.
Well, we've got 3 people in the pit, so Get On, Danny Tard and Brownie. None of them have actually retired. They're going to continue. They know what this race is like. they know that you can easily just bite back and just take someone out of the race at a split second. So, you know, there's no reason for them to not carry on. They can just carry on doing a nice, slow, gentle drive, and you'll see things start to come to play. In terms of penalties, Skatey is the only person who has penalties currently. Everyone else is keeping it absolutely fine, and the best at the medium runner at the minute is Rupert in P8.
Yeah, Skatey had to take evasive action, so he might get that overturned. I mean, a first lap penalty is quite unusual for a 3 second. If it's a 5 second, then that's a serious corner cut. But a first lap 3 second is pretty much unheard of, because he would have had to cut every single corner between then and that corner. One, the hairpin, and that one, to pick up a penalty like that, which I don't think he would have done. I think, I didn't see 100%, he took evasive action over the Nouvelle chicane. That's what caused it. But DRS has been enabled. That short DRS rate has been enabled.
So look at Rupert. He's currently on the back of Hooper, who's chasing Race Monster. There is a big gap between them after that. It's 4.7 seconds between Race Monster and Hitterman. And I'm just keeping an eye on if there's going to be any sort of movements made from Rupert.
How is there 4.8 seconds already? Has Race Monster got some front wing damage?
I'm pretty sure he's just making mistakes. Let me look at his wing if I can get it. It's showing 0%, but I can visibly see there is a left end plate missing.
Yeah.
So he's definitely got problems. Ultimately, that's only going to affect right-hand turns, of which I'm trying to think of how many require it. There's
Turn
the first
one.
one. Danny Tad's out.
Yeah.
That's in the pits.
Yeah. Turn 1, right-hand corner. A relatively quick right corner. Casino as well, another right. That can be quite pacey. And, of course, the tunnel. And yeah, so not entirely surprising if she's going to struggle through them. That is why that's such a big gap already, and this just highlights Monaco in a nutshell. It's already cleared. So what we're now going to see is these guys now start to spread out. It's a bit like an accordion when you think about it. It's all stuck together. As soon as time goes, you might as well open it up, because that's just how it works. Everything just starts to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we were starting to get our whistle out there and start blowing it like a train, because that's exactly what's formed following Race Monster up until this point. He's obviously chucked himself in the pits, decided a wing replacement is needed, but he has gone for the super slippy hards, which on a track like Monaco, you just can't really afford to do that. But it is a big scrap of drivers here in the middle of the track, going through the hairpin. That's very tight there between the two of them. I thought there was going to be contact, but no. Sissons managed to keep himself out of Rupert's back. And it's amazing how many drivers have actually gone for an underfueling situation.
Well, it does make a little bit of sense. You can so easily save fuel on this track, because there's just so many corners and there's not a lot of straights. As soon as you get through Nouvelle chicane, you can almost just stick it down to a bit of lean. Yes, it is almost flat between there and Raskas, but there's no chance of someone even overtaking you. So you might as well just be conservative through there. Beginning of sector 2 as well, through the first of the Mirabeaus and the whole way to the exit of Portier. You don't need any power whatsoever, so you can save it. It's so easy to save on this track. I think even I could get away with an underfueled car, and I'm terrible.
Alright, so race leader still remains as Ryzen, with Yolta chasing him not far apart, 6 turns into the gap, but I don't expect that to be changing anytime soon.
Oh.
Here's Wow, looking for an opportunity on Iceman. There's almost a combat situation going on there, but Iceman's defended that nicely. He drove the wide car. It's a very difficult area to go for. He might send it down this bit inside. Iceman knew that, and so had to defend it quickly. And all of that just goes away very swiftly.
Yeah, Iceman almost could have caused the collision there. Coming across what is the racing line through there, but at the same time, you come across, you can just take out the other driver, and nearly, I think you're so close to the front end of Wow, that could have ended in tears, but gets away with it. But Wow is still close, and what Iceman has now lost, or now has get it back, so he's right and teetering on the edge of that DRS2 Andonator.
Can I just double check that my eyes are not broken? Race Monster is on intermediate tyres.
Yes. Weatherman, can you have a look at the sky for me? What colour is it? Is it white or blue?
It's looking a little bit of blue there, interestingly enough.
Oh.
But not the blue as in the water, blue as in the sky. It looks very clear. I'm not seeing any signs of rain anytime soon. I don't know if he was aiming for hards and just misclicked and gone on intermediates, but big mistake there. Wow, still all over the back of Iceman, but Iceman is just defending non-stop. And Wow has to be careful. I mean, we say usually when a car is chasing, you've got the opportunity to, keep pushing and use ERS to defend with. And there's no surprise that he's got a 10-second time penalty due to
He'll
running the
retire.
intermediate tyres. I think yeah, he's going to be retiring. But there's no sort of scenario here where ERS is going to play that much of a factor. It's going to be all about applying pressure, making them make mistakes, and then seeing what you can do from there.
I think he's fancying a look here. He's closing in. No. I thought he was going to go for that. There's several corners that you think people are going to make an overtake. Nouvelle Chicane is probably top of that list of where people go for overtakes. And online, a little nudge in there. Iceman is just backing off the power at the wrong time, catching Wow out as well. Obviously you've got the Nouvelle Chicane. Turn 1 you can if you're feeling brave, and the other guy gives you space. And you both realise that one of us needs to back out here. In fact, I'm just going to do it anyway, just to be safe. And up, Beau Rivage. Sissit's made a mistake, so here comes Iceman, right? Ooh. No, he's going to lose out to Wow. Wow's going to come through. And that could have ended bad.
It was close. I mean, you have to give him, he went for it, even though it didn't work out. Assistants made a mistake. I was bringing Iceman closer and closer, and again, we're having a train.
Big mistake there.
You can see
Iceman's alongside. They're alongside. And this is going to win bad. And now we've got a car park.
We do. Oh, I'm just keeping an eye on this because Wow's looking for an opportunity down the inside of Sisson. He's not going to get it just yet, but he does actually have better tyres. Oh, there was almost a pit maneuver there, but Wow's going around the outside in towards the Nouvelle Chicane. It's going to be a tough one because it's not really an area he could do it, but he's done it.
Yes, it
He's
is.
ahead now of Sisson. He's going to be still on the back of Iceman, but Rupert's going to be looking for an opportunity in the same way that Wow just got.
Yeah, hopefully neither of those picks up damage through those overtaking manoeuvres. But that comes back to what I was saying. That is your place to make the overtakes into the Nouvelle Chicane. Last to late breakers, and you have to be very last. But the advantage of that is you can, if you have to, take the evasive route and hopefully don't get any penalties. Maybe just a slap on the wrist for it, if needed. The other place, I was about to say, up Beau Rivage, it's a good chance to overtake, as Wow was showing us. Nearly had it. I feel he might be a bit boxed out into the wall by Iceman, but if there was no room, then I think one of them would have DNF'd at this point.
So we need to keep an eye on the front two runners because they're coming towards the end of their stint on the softs. Everyone else you can see further down has gone for hard tyres to take them to the end of the race, I can only assume, which is doable. The hards really have a long life on this track. The problem is obviously they're super slippy, and I don't think these guys are going to be looking. Oh, Yolt's having a little bit of a back end kick out there. I'm keeping an eye on
Wow's making moves on Iceman. No, he's not. He just.
Oh, they're both
looked.
in. Race leader and Yolta are in.
Oh, battling the pit lane. I'm keeping my eyes on Wow though.
You do that. I want to see who
Hittonen's in as
benefits
well.
the quickest out of this. Oh, Hittonen's going to actually double stack. His teammate's in. Is he going to get out just in time? He loses marginally. He does lose a little bit there, but still, Ryzen stays ahead of him. This is Yolta on the back of him. Interestingly, they've chosen two different strategies. Yolta's gone for the medium tyres. Ryzen's gone for the hard compound tyre. Crucially, they've both stayed out in P1 and 2, with Iceman a bit further down the field. This train going on here from P3 onwards is really starting to get large.
Yeah, I think Hittonen might have made a mistake there. And he's come out right in this train. And he's really going to struggle to cut through this on those fresh mediums. Hopefully he can and get back up towards the front end of this grid. But, little nudges going on there.
Yeah.
Wow's doing the pinging and getting ponged at the same time. And he's the filler in a sandwich by the feels, but he's just getting bashed from each side. And
I'm watching Yolta because he is on the faster tyre, and it's much easier for him to be able to find a gap suddenly and just snatch away from Ryzen. Once he does, he will be in a better position. Assassin getting a penalty there for cutting corner. I want to keep an eye on Yolta going in towards turn 1. I think he's going to try and stay on the back of him. Oh, there's Race Monster out of the race, but no, Yolta made a mistake there, that's it. Done.
In comes
quickly look
Iceman.
around. Yep.
And so he's finally made that pit stop. Where is Hitton? This freshman, he's nowhere near anyone.
There's not So Rupert is on the back of WoW. WoW is 6 seconds away from the battle for P1 at the minute. Oh, Zone's all over Skatey right now, going side by side. This is going to be a really tense moment, tight between the two of them as they come through. That was almost a wall there found by Zone. Skatey, they're still side by side. There's nowhere for him to go. Zone, Skatey just pushed him through, and now Dax comes round. That's going to be Zone's losing a place as a result of that battle. Looking for an opportunity to back down the inside of his teammate, but it's just too tight for him to go for it there. I think he's missing a left end plate. I don't think Zones has a left end plate. Yeah, he is. He's missing one.
Yeah. If I was in Hisselin's car right now, I'll be yelling at these guys. Please, please, just let me through. You guys are racing a different race to me. Let me through. And he says, oh! He says, let me through, please, again, and gets kicked in the head as a result of it by Zones.
Now, he does still have his end plate and he does have most of his wing, but he does have 12% damage on the right side, so it is going to be marginal. It's going to be the lightest of greens in terms of that, but yeah, Yalta's still going for it. Look, he has to now. He got a 3-second time penalty earlier for corner cutting. That's going to be in his mind, reminding him over and over and over again, I have to go, I have to go, I have to go. I can't wait for him to make a mistake and then push. I have to make him do a mistake. This is why you're seeing him so close to the back of him now, looking for an opportunity to get a cut back if Rising was to run deep, but there is no opportunity there. He's going to maybe send it. No, he decided it's just too tight there to try it, and quite often you end up putting your opponent in the wall anyway.
Yeah, battle going on still behind Dax and Skatey. Skatey made a move on Zones last lap, and now coming at with another Renault. He likes battling with these Renaults, doesn't he? As Hisselin sitting off the back of these. Well, the thing is, the guys in front of him are not going to be stopping again, with the exception of Skatey, Rupert and WoW. So he is effectively P5 at this point, and is actually battling with them. So they're not entitled to get out of the way, but his tyres will start struggling towards the end of this race. Potentially, anyway. Yeltek thinks not. But you think he's going to overheat them? I don't think he did, or will.
His front left core is over 100 degrees right now.
Already?
That's just how much he's putting on the tyre, and that's ultimately what's coming down to, because he's just trying to do stuff to get onto the back. The thing is, he's running in the dirty air, and he's running so close to the car in front. Like now, look, he's going for a go. Oh, he was literally trying to force a gap there. Ryzen managed to defend it. There was nothing there other than that. There's going to be an opportunity here for Yolta to send it, but he loses the rear. He could have actually got that done had he managed to keep the stability in the car. But again, like I said, he's running in the dirty air, and when you do that, you lose so much grip. Because you've got less air running through your car, the downforce is actually reduced. And on top of that, everything is hot. Your engine's hot, your brakes are hot, your tyres are hot, and it's just so hard to get everything to work. And the longer he stays this close to the back of Ryzen, the more that Ryzen's going to benefit from this.
Yeah, hot stuff there. Hitton trying to make a move at Zones down into Saint Devant turn 1. Didn't come off, and maybe Hitton has picked up a little bit more damage.
Sorry, Rupert and WoW are having contact. Rupert's managed to force his way through. There was a little nudge there into the side of WoW.
Oh.
WoW gets destabilized as a result of it, and Rupert's up.
How is he not? Sorry, I'm watching Hitton. He's just outbroke himself down at Nouvelle Chicane. Got past Zones as a result. Hasn't given the position back. That one could be going to the steward's room later, because that was an illegal overtake.
Yolta's going again for Ryzen. Ryzen, he's trying the outside line this time, but again, nowhere for him to go. He might be able to send it if he can get the stability this time. As we saw before, Ryzen knows what to expect, so he defends, comes back to the racing line, turns in just fine. Yolta's not going to be able to attack this just yet, and he's going to have to wait. Oh, there was almost damage between the two of them. Everything's still okay. I'm keeping a firm eye on that wing. He hasn't got any damage as of yet, but it can happen at any opportunity.
Yeah, I'll skip it. There's so many little battles going on at the moment. There's even battles between the two alphas down there in 11th and 12th place. They're quite close. I'm watching Skatey and Dax for 5th and 6th. Skatey still to pit is doing a great job of holding off Dax, but Skatey will be going very deep in this race before changing on to some soft tyres. Potentially, maybe some mediums, depends how much he takes out of these. Yep. Elsewhere, there's Rupert and WoW were close. There's a little gap now starting to form. But yeah, Yeltek and Ryzen still going at it.
He has got a lot of ERS to use, and he's still going for it. Is he going to go for inside? He's sending it. This is Yolta going for a move now. Oh, it was so close between the two of them. Ryzen is definitely slower than Yolta, and you can tell the way that he's trying to attack him. Ryzen is going to be feeling the pressure of Yolta just breathing down his neck. Even a slight mistake from Ryzen is going to put him into an awkward position. It's going to go around the outside. This is a tense one, and he had no choice but to back out. There was nowhere for him to go. That gap was just very swiftly closing down on him, and unsurprisingly, Yolta's got so much fight in him.
Yeah, you can never overtake. I've never seen anyone overtake on the outside of Mirabay. Inside, yes, you see it maybe 2 or 3 times a race. Outside, sorry, that's a crazy manoeuvre. And he had the pace going up Beau Rivage, just couldn't do anything with it as Wazza has DNF from 17th.
I believe that's in pit lane. Could be wrong. No, I think he may be enough somewhere else and just not reset his tyres. Clearly wasn't. But Yolta's still on the back of him. Dax is also in a position to attack as well. Whether or not he's going to do that is a different story. Yolta's still trying absolutely hardest to do anything about it. No change.
Yolta locking up, going into turn 1, nearly going into the wall. And that's made a little mess of his line coming out of it. And so Wazza retired on track, by the way.
Okay.
Because we just passed this car on the home straight. Don't know if he had picked up some damage, but yeah.
Potentially. I mean, like I said, I didn't see where it was like that. It did look like he was in the home, in the pit lane at the time. We're seeing a lot of penalties coming up. I can actually give you a penalty rundown if you like. So, Ryzen has 0, Yolta has 3, Rupert has 0, Skatey has 3, and you have 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 0, 6, 3, 6, 3, 10, 0. Obviously that was the last 3 were those DNF. So.
Could have used some names in that, but I think I just about followed. I'm going to forget in about 5 seconds, but that's because I'm a goldfish.
I mean, I can always remind you at any point. The difficulty I've got is that there's no names on my screen. It's just letters and numbers, so I can't necessarily work it out. I can tell you by positions, and that's it.
To be fair, I should have written them down, but...
Well, I've got it here anyway, we're fine.
I know.
But still, Yolta's got another penalty. I didn't see that, but Yolta's just got another one, so he's now sat on 6 seconds of penalties. This is looking really tough for him. The thing is, if he gets ahead of Ryzen at any opportunity, I think he can easily have a 6-second gap. It's just the problem is he currently can't get past him. He just can't make it.
We've got a similar situation back with Hitton and Dax. He's all over the back of him. Now he's going for and he was nearly going down the inside. But maybe he's put Dax off his line a bit. Dax, no. He's been following him since he came out and can't do anything about it. The zones goes fastest. Back there in 12th. Not going to get a point for that just yet, but he's pushing it.
Oh, seeing a little sign of weakness there. Ryzen coming out of the Neville chicane, just tapped the wall only slightly, but still a little tap there on the left-hand side. It's a brutal one, nonetheless, but still going strong. Ryzen doesn't have any penalties, remember, so Yolta will have to pass and do more. Hitton and his teammate has just got the penalty. He's 6, yeah, that's his first, so he only has 3.
Yeah, 3 so far. We're only on 17 of 39, so a fair few laps to go. You can always pick up another. But then again, so can the guys in front. As Rupert has finally pitted, so front lot are back in correct positions with the exception of Skatey, who's still to pit.
So Hitton will be kicking himself a little bit, purely based on the fact that he pit so close to his teammate, he actually got hindered by it, and that little bit of hindrance was enough to slow him down so much he fell behind that pack. When he fell behind the pack, he just couldn't get ahead, and that ultimately cost him quite severely. So that's the situation he's in right now. Rupert obviously comes out in P8 now, 3.5 seconds ahead of Sisson. So P8 for him potentially.
He's come out on some fresh hards. So see how they work for him. I thought he started on hards, but I could be wrong. Rupert,
I just watched Zuns there almost run into the back of WoW. There's a big wobble from him, and he kept it together. But he's going to be in a scenario where if he's not careful, he could end up in the back of that Red Bull. He's already got wing damage anyway. That left end plate is definitely impacted. And you don't want that at all. If you have any problems with it, going through these right-handers, like now in the tunnel, for example, if you understeer, that's you in the wall.
Yeah, he's going to try and hopefully not put it in the wall. It's easy said, not so easy done on this track, as Skatey, Dax and Hitton are still going in their little train, and Andonita is 9.5 seconds behind. So the front two have got a nice 18-second lead already.
Yeah.
Nearly a pit stop there. They're probably going to look to get 22 to 24 before covering that themselves off. I mean, don't think Yeltek will go for it unless he's got a big lead, because obviously he's got that 6 seconds of penalties, while Skatey hasn't got any. So he may go for it later on in the race if he feels that he can't get past Ryzen, and just try and get that fastest lap. Why not get an extra point? Speaking of going for fast lap, looks like Beaker's trying for it.
Oh, Yalta went for a move in towards Raskas. It didn't pan out. He locked up pretty severely and almost went into Ryzen. He's still trying. He's still committed. He's not backing out of this fight. And I think we're going to be seeing another scrap going up the hill.
Well, let's see. Ryzen little lock up. Yeltek's kicking off the corner, and that's ruined any chance he's got of making a move up the hill. But he's still so close to the back end of that racing point. Who knows what's going to happen? Just needs to get the drive off the corner, or Ryzen just makes a little wobble like Yeltek's done, and he's got a chance. It's not over yet.
Honestly, Ryzen, if you make even a slight mistake, Yalta will pounce. Without any doubt, he's going for it. And that's the situation that Ryzen has to have in his mind right now, is I have to drive a perfect race. It literally cannot be even slightly a mistake. Otherwise, I know that I'm going to lose that position. And Yalta's proven that he is fast. He's faster than Ryzen, without a doubt. Which just tells me very simply, he can fly away and potentially even break that 6-second penalty gap that he's got currently on Ryzen. We've still got 20 laps remaining of this session, which tells us that we're going to be seeing battles non-stop, as you can see. Battle for P1. Battle, I guess you could call it battle for P3. It's only second apart, and that's already been broken now. Hitton is right at the back of Dax as well. Then you've got a battle going on for P8, which goes all the way down to P11. You've got technically a battle for P12 as well, although these are for non-points positions. Which we ain't got enough eyes for this.
That's pretty standard. Yeltek is right on the gearbox of Ryzen, looking left, left, or right, left, right. He is alongside. He's down the inside of Casino. Has he made it stick though? Downhill towards Mirabeau.
Oh my god, he did
He's
it!
done it!
Yalta, what a move! That was insane. Yalta just waited and waited and waited. He bided his time, and he managed to make it after all that pressure. That one mistake from Ryzen, he left a whisper of a gap. Thought there's no way he can go around the outside of that hill, but surely, and he did. He made it past, and now this is what Yalta has to control. He has to fly away. He cannot allow Ryzen to stick to the back of him. The other thing he's got to think about, though, is he does have to make these mediums go to the end of the race.
Oh, that's it. That's it. He's done. He's just lost the end plate. He's going to have to bring this one in the pit. That is a right end plate gone for Yeltek. Is he going to try, and he's going to have to do 19 laps and get a 6-second lead. I don't think he can do this. One mistake has just gifted him P1 and just taken it away, I think.
His left-hand turns are going to be affected, and the main one is going to be this one here. And this is where we saw Yalta make the overtake earlier on Ryzen. I mean, he's still looking okay, but like we said, I say that. And
left-hand turn. Again. The left-hand turn I'm most worried about is the one that we see everyone lose a bit of wing to back, turn 12. Yeah, that is the hardest one of the lot. We see so many wings go there. Even the best drivers make a mistake on that one corner. And I don't think he's now got it. Ryzen just needs to stick with him. Doesn't need to even try for an overtake. I think Yeltek has... He almost has to come into the pits. Get the wing change.
I don't think he will.
Well, if he wants to win, I think he has no choice.
The other problem he's got is he is cooking his tyres. Every single tyre is over 100 degrees.
Lock up.
Yeah. This is proven. This is the problem that Yalta's got now. He is going to have the sweatiest race of his life, and ultimately this is just a hold on to P2. And that again, it kind of goes with what you were saying. Now the question is, does he go to softs and just try the overtake again? Because realistically, if he goes softs, he's going to be rapid. He's going to have the grip. He's going to have the wing. He's going to be able to just push. he needs to carry on going though, because he actually. Oh, never mind. Skate is pitted now, so now he has a completely free pit stop. He can easily do it. Beaker steadily retires down in P15. I'm not sure.
You
where
say he's got a
that
free
is.
pit stop. He's 24 seconds ahead of Hittinen. And that gap is going to come down because these guys are going to be going slower. I mean, Hittinen does have front wing damage himself, but how long is a pit stop with a front wing change? A pit stop on his own is around 20 seconds. Is it? And especially if you're going to come out behind the race leader's teammate, he ain't going to just let you walk. But as we're talking about this, Yeltek's found another gear. He's just starting to pull away a little bit.
I think he's actually found
As he locks
comfort
up.
now. I think he's found comfort. I think. Oh, never mind.
Oh, that's the other wing gone.
Yep, that's him in the pit
That's
now.
it.
And that's actually going to be Ryzen now, coming back past him, straight on through on the home straight. Easiest overtake he's going to be doing all weekend long. And now Yolta in a very big predicament. He has built up a gap towards Hittinen. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So he does actually have an opportunity to pit and do it, but he has to do it this lap if he wants to try and get the win. That's the only way he's going to do this, is if he pits now, fresh wing, soft tyres, nail it to the end of this Grand Prix, and just see what you can deliver.
That gap to
This is gonna
Hittinen is just dropped
really
a second.
Oh. Actually, Assassin just punted Yolta in the butt there, and that was almost a rotation between the two. It was only a slight little tickle, but that could have been a big problem.
Yeah, the gap now down to 23.1 seconds between him and Hittinen. As we come towards these corners, that could be another second dropping off, and well, maybe another 3 seconds disappearing.
So
That wing has cost him. That wing might cost him a podium.
maybe. I mean, Hittinen does have 3-second penalty as well.
What about Andonator? I know he's not going to fall back that far, but
Andonator is on
He's
a
not coming in.
0 penalty. I think
Yeah.
Yolta's making a big mistake. I think he's literally throwing his race away here. Someone needs to talk to Yolta and tell him, get in the pits. This is not the right choice to make. You can go soft to the end here. This is a doable solution. It's just going to be rough for him now. I don't know. I think he's going to be making a mistake.
unless he's got no softs left. He's only got used softs, maybe.
No, I think he does. I think he does. You do still get an additional set of softs at the beginning of the race anyway.
Do you? Okay.
He has no end plates at all. It's so
No.
bad. I mean, in fairness, this issue has actually put his tyres in a better state than they have been all race. They're actually pretty cold right now. A lot of them are under 90 degrees, which is good for him, except when it comes to stuff like this. You come to the braking zone, you're going to need grip. You want to have the grip because your tyres are so cold. And I'm now concerned for the... Well, when I was concerned for Yolta's race earlier, actually, Wow and Get Earned are actually scrapping as well. As Get Earned's getting ahead of
Oh,
Wow.
Scasey and Rupert, sorry. They've just nearly had a tangle. Scasey's on fresh mediums. Just going through the Grand Hotel hairpin. Little nudging going on between them at the corner before. And I thought Scasey was coming through on Rupert, but go on. It's still to be finished, this battle.
Yeah, I was just talking about how in the situation. There it is. So the Anthony has now got himself a penalty. He's put himself in a bit of a predicament in that respect. He now has to pass the car in front if he wants to be able to get that position. But more importantly, he has to close that 12-second gap up. And penalties are flying in now as the tyres start to get old. Everyone's starting to lose grip. Skatey just punts off the wall a little bit, but no damage on his car. We'll keep an eye out for the others. Where's Get Earned? He's looking for an opportunity on zones. There's Hooper retiring from the session. P14 now. P15 when the Sasa goes through, and he's not going to gain any points anyway. That's a big sad there for Hooper.
Yeah, Skatey's on the back end. Rupert's going up by Rivage. Weaving left, right, left. Trying to go around the outside there of Massonet. And now he's going to have to sit in behind Rupert. Now, he's going to get the drive off. This is where he had a chance last time. Rupert covers him off. Trying to go around the outside. No chance of that happening. And now he's got to sit and wait until the Nouvelle chicane if he wants another chance. And the thing is with Yeltek, he's got 9 seconds of penalties.
Who sorry? Rupert?
Yeltek.
Yeah, Yolta has 9.
And Hittinen has
3.
so 6 seconds of penalties. So he's got a 14-second lead at the moment. Maybe he's just saying, look, I'm just going to stay out. Make Hittinen do all the work. and just
Yeah.
take it to the end. And maybe he's just feeling, maybe he just feels that he can achieve this, and Hittinen might pick up another penalty or two on the charge. They're both, yeah, you never know.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Yolta's made a mistake by not pitting. Even if he would just went for fresh mediums again, then that would have been great. He has got the medium tyres to work with. He's got another set nonetheless, and we know that the medium tyre is rapid. We've seen him do that. And the issue is that he's left. That's a disconnection there. I think. I don't think he's had anything else.
No, that was at the Nouvelle Chicane. That's not a place that you would leave the session. You could have Alt F4, but he didn't make a mistake going into it, so... And he was still driving up until that point.
Yeah, I think he's again disconnected. Oh, his
AI
drove into the wall as well, and actually getting more wing damage. That left-hand plate, look, is very, very little. So.
Where's my prediction? I just want to cross this out. Just get rid of this. Ignore this one. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, who predicted Yeltek to take the race win?
You did.
I know.
Do you remember when I said I'm not putting him in the race win? Well, who did I choose again? What was my prediction?
You know who your prediction was for the race win.
Is it Ryzen by any chance?
Yes. Who's your prediction for P2 though?
Yeah, we can gloss over that one.
And P3?
Nah, we can gloss over that one as well.
Who's my prediction for P3?
Hittinen by any chance?
Yeah, it was, yes. Although he's currently 3, he's not going to get 3, he's going to get 2.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was hoping Getland would have a great race, but he didn't. He's been stuck behind the Alfa Romeos for a while. He's not been able to really push past them. You can see he's sat there 6/10 behind. Yeah, he keeps bringing it closer.
He's back in.
Getting himself back together, but Yolta is back in now.
He's got to come in the pits now. He's going to get in and see what his AI's just done to his front wing and go, "What did you do to me?"
I don't know if he's actually going to check that or not. He needs to.
He needs to bring this in, and he needs to get control of the car now. There we go.
There it is.
Straight in, straight in.
Yes, finally he's in. Okay, good. Right, so we know he's going to fall behind Hittinen, we know that. And he's likely going to fall behind Andinator as well, due to the fact that he's just got so much damage on that wing. Let's see. Where's Andinator now? He's coming through. Might be alright.
He's put hards on.
Why?
Maybe he didn't have time. Oh, he must not have had time to change it.
Oh, there's Andinator. Oh, wow, that was close. And then it just whizzed on past him now. So Yolta is realistically looking at losing even more places due to those penalties. So where he's come out? He's come out P4. The guy behind him, which is Skatey, has 6 seconds. Then there's 0 seconds on Rupert. Then there's 6 seconds on Iceman. So realistically, he's only going to lose 1 place. Potentially 2 if he doesn't pull away from Skatey. But he's obviously have fresh hards. But the problem is, he has a very slow Andinator in front of him, who's on 22 lap-old hard tyres.
Yeah, hopefully he'll make short work of him, but he's got to get these tyres up to temperature. And Andinator's got front right damage, so that's going to hinder him a little bit. Yeltek needs to get past them, and we can sit here all day blaming the AI for this, but it's unfortunate. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah. And he didn't have time to change over his pit lane. He took control at the pit entry and had to literally just throw it in that second. He didn't have time to mess about. I know he's just lost more wing.
Yeah, that's another end plate gone.
Are we about to see a retirement?
I don't think he's going to retire because he still needs the points. Ultimately, the championship lead is still his. The problem he's going to have though is that, because I think it was Hazard that was in a good position to attack him. Who was the P2?
Can we get a penalty rundown first? Oh!
I don't think that
He's
was
just
anybody...
That was must have been a desync. Andinator was put big time into the wall and has taken a lot of damage, somehow still going. Andinator's got 1 bar on his connection, so it's almost like he's just a bit desynced, and maybe was to Yeltek.
That's very odd. I don't know what happened there. I mean, he was all over the place on my screen. And that's him out of the race.
He looks decent.
Skatey wasn't effective. So he was decent for sure with Skatey.
Not with Rupert. Rupert had to take evasive action.
Yeah. Does he have damage? Oh, there's lots of cars going on further backfield. That's Dax and Iceman who had to cut the corner. But that was a mistake made by both of them. I think they were going for a battle with each other, and somehow Iceman got a really bad penalty. Dax has got a major penalty there as well. So I'll get you the penalty rundown right now. Right, Ryzen, 0 seconds. Hittinen, 3 seconds. Yolta, 9 seconds. Skatey, 6 seconds. Rupert, 0 seconds. Iceman, 6 seconds. Dax, 9 seconds.
Okay.
Geton, 6 seconds. Then we have Brownie with 3, but 1 second as Dax is actually scrapping again with Iceman. This time he's going to have to take the outside. Wait, to the inside, then the outside, and now he's made it work. So Dax is up into P6, and he's going to have to start trying to push away to recover his penalty positions.
Yeah, so based on those penalties, Yeltek is probably going to lose out to Skatian. Rupert might have himself covered to Dax. And at the moment anyway, things may change later on. But yeah. Yeltek does have front wing damage of his own. So he's going to be struggling anyway, again. The only thing going for him at the moment is he has nice fresh tyres. But they are hard tyres, so they're not going to be putting fastest lap.
No. Okay, I mean, I feel sad for Yolta, but to be honest, I kind of saw it happen. And I've seen many a time where the chasing car sort of gets adapts to the fact that they're running in the dirty air and they realise where the braking zones are and go for the normal sort of scenario and whatnot. But then they get overconfident, knowing that they're in the clean air, and they start to get overconfident, going for a move in the same sort of manner as like Get-Own's doing now. He's just gone around the outside in towards turn 1. It's going to be tense, but he's managed to get together. There's contact there in the wall there. That's Iceman who just, I don't know if he lost it or got contacted, but he did end up getting past, and that's Get-Own now up into P7. Does have a slight bit of wing damage of his own, and he's 15 laps in on these mediums. With 2 second gap towards Dax, Get-Own has got it all to do.
Yeah, wow. Sets the fast lap. And a 3 second penalty to boot. So he's not going to be guessing that extra point. And might have just taken it away from someone else. Brownie's on 29 lap old hard tyres. He is going for the longest run of the lot here. After that incident on the open lap, he's just going right. Recovery mode. Just drive. Get some hard tyres on, just take them to the end. He's getting a point at the moment. He may end up getting more. And if Sassin, they've both got 3 second penalties, so he's not going to gain anything. But Sassin's on rather fresh.
Like to have a stab at guessing how much percentage where Brownie has on those tyres?
29 laps, Brownie 65%.
Somehow, this legend has kept it at 52% being the most worn tyres.
I'd like to give myself a pat on the back for that. That's quite close.
Well, I mean, you're only about 13% away, but we'll give you that.
Yes, but consider how old the tyres are. It was either going to be really high or really low. I could have gone lower. But
I would say this is low. I think he's done an insane amount of work to do 30 laps on the hards. He could literally, in this level of pace that he's got, granted he's down in P10, he's ultimately going to get 1 point and that's it. He does have 3 seconds of penalties. The driver in front of him has 3 and the driver in front of him has 6. So there's still scope potentially that he could close in, except for the fact that Sisson is 8 seconds behind his teammate, so he has to close in himself in order to really capitalise on it. But Brownie could actually have gone the entire race on the hards if that rule wasn't there.
Yeah, it's looking like that, and I think that's what they've tried to achieve with the hard tyres this year. That they can do the majority of the race distance in a 50% race. And it seems to be that case in most of the tracks. Not all the tracks. Most of the tracks seem to have the ability for hards to do quite a lot of the race, particularly on these street circuits. And what have you spotted?
What's happened to Yolta? Because Skatey's all over the back of him suddenly. There was a gap that was formed earlier, but Yolta, who's on these...
Oh, look at that wing. Look at Yeltek's wing.
Oh, yeah. That would explain it. And that really... With all those penalties, let's put the penalty factor into this. So Yolta has 9, Skatey has 6. So he's going to lose that place there. Rupert has 0, so he's going to lose 2 places because the driver behind him has 9 seconds, then 6, then 6.
Oh, there goes Skatey. Skatey just sent one quite happily down the inside there in Nouvelle Chicane, and off he goes. Zone's getting the fast lap down there in 13th. So again, not getting at that point, but still a little bit of little bit of an EP growth for him. Well, what Garen's got 3, so he's potentially.
Oh, wow, just went into the back of Brownie. That was a huge lock up there from Wow. He just made a big mistake coming out the tunnel. Went for the braking zone. I mean, there was no damage on either car, but it really scared the life out of Brownie. He's definitely going to have brown boxes after that one, but Wow is trying to close up as quick as he can onto the back of Brownie and just make passes happen. With the fact that he's got 12 seconds of penalties, you've got to ask yourself the question, is it actually worth it? Are you going to gain anything from this? Because even if you pass him, you've got 5 laps to break 12 seconds, and we got a yellow flag. That is in the second sector. That's just outside of the Nouvelle chicane. It is a soft runner, which I assume is zones. It is. It's zones. He's disqualified.
That's going to drop him the whole way down to 19th. That's not a good race for him then. Had the fast lap, but now has a disqualification to boot.
Yeah.
And Dax is on the rear of Rupert. Oh, big lock up going into Nouvelle chicane. He's on mediums compared to the hards of Rupert. Probably around similar sort of life on those tyres at this point. And the yellow flags are still flying. That's for zones? Finally gets. No, that was zones.
Get owned also made a big mistake coming out of the tunnel into the Nouvelle chicane. Just couldn't seem to keep it together, and something went wrong.
Yeltek's about to lose out to Rupert here, or is he? No, he's not. He's still holding off. But Rupert will get him through penalties. We're on 35 of 39. Yeltek isn't really fighting. He knows that there's not much he can do at this point.
Yeah. It's sad, really. We would love to have seen him do well on these in this session, but no, he's losing places left, right, and centre. Dax just slips on by. He also knows there's no fight left in me here. I'd only be injuring everyone else around me, and Get On is actually going to be attacking him shortly as well. 1.1 seconds is the gap. Yeah, he's 19 laps in on these mediums, but he's only got 41% wear on the tyres at worst. The one thing to worry about for Get On is he has 44% damage on the left wing.
Just working out some some F1 stats in my head. Just trying to work out, and I think the answer to that is yes, we will. Who will be the championship leader? Will it be changing? I think the answer to that is yes. Currently, there's 20 points difference between Yeltek and Ryzen coming into this race. Ryzen's going to get 25 points unless something incredibly odd happens. Yeltek in 6th place gets 6 points. As soon as he loses this, he loses championship lead. And Get Owned will be coming past very shortly.
Well,
so we will have.
He's running very low on ERS. He's currently set at 6% as they come up the hill.
But Yeltek's running really low on front wing.
That's true. Oh, he's all over the back of him here. There's going to be an opportunity to go through it. I don't think Yeltek's going to defend this. But I don't think Get On knows that. I don't think he realises that Get On will let him through. And sadly, I have the FPS glitch because the Zone's left the session. So,
oh dear.
you just quickly rejoin.
Have you got an invite?
Yolta sent me one earlier, so I should be able to get back in.
I think you might have just caused Get Owned to crash into the wall.
The session no longer exists.
Uh-oh. Beacom, he might still be in the race. Well, I'm still in the race. Get Owned is just over a second, or just under a second behind Yeltek. Closing up as you go through the Nouvelle chicane. Yeltek can't really do much to defend. He's now right on the rear of the Toro Rosso. Go through Raskas into the final 2 corners, and Get Owned will be coming past Yeltek, potentially on the straight. Further up, Dax is on the rear of Rupert. 2/10 off the back there. Get Owned goes down the inside into the first corner. Up into P6 goes Get Owned. Yeltek actually comes back at him somehow. Must have got a great drive off the corner. It's all for now at the end of the day. Sorry. Get Owned will make an overtake any moment. Reggie has got back into the session, and he's not missed much yet. Race leader is in though. Ryzen has come into the pits, and he's going to go for that fastest lap for that extra point, and has got a set of softs on. He will be coming back out shortly, as Get Owned is still trying to make moves on Yeltek and should be getting past any moment. Are you back in?
I am back in. I can see everything. Ryzen's pitted, gone to softs. He's going for the fastest lap of the session. We do still have 2 laps remaining, but sadly it is a byproduct of what happens when the drivers decide to leave after the end of the session. If I'm a host, that FPS glitch happens, and it is just a nightmare to try and do anything with. Only fix you can do is leave and rejoin, but we're back and on lap 38-39.
Yeah, on board with Dax. He's trying to make moves on Rupert, and he's not going to have anything just yet unless he goes for a stupid dive, which he doesn't. Yeltek, is he going to get past by Get Owned? Last time they did this, the answer was yes, and then immediately no. And Yeltek is still managed to hold him off. How many penalties Get Owned got? Do you have that? Still? 6, so he's not really going to gain anything. And he's still fighting though.
Side. Yeah, he's going for it, and somehow Yolta managed to hold him back. I don't know if Get-On was just being really gentle to him and just letting him pass. But yeah, Yolta is somehow sticking by. So you say if Yolta stays P6, he's going to be able to hold on to the championship lead by a couple of points, right?
P6 is 6 points. And it will, even if Horizon picks up the race win and fastest lap, Yeltek will still have championship leader on count back, as he has more first place finishes. Coming into this race, he has 3, Horizon has 1. And even after this race, Horizon still won't have 3, unless something really odd happens. Which I don't think it could ever happen.
Wouldn't it be insane if Horizon DNF'd due to pushing so hard for the fastest lap right now?
It would be insane because it would completely ruin your prediction. Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
You know what? I think for Spice, he's already made a mistake there. He might have invalidated. So he might not actually get the fastest lap. They cut that corner quite severely. Almost runs wide into the wall. Still going okay. I think he's going to be all right, unless he makes a mistake.
Last lap, though.
He's locking up left, right, and centre. It is the final lap, like you say. 2 corners left to go after this one. There they are now. Is this going to be the fastest lap? Let's look at what it is currently. I can't see it, but it's now that one. 1:10.4. So
it is
stuff from him.
He did it. Well, Yeltek has we're still looking at the battle here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Sicilian's joined the train. Get Owned has wing damage. Yeltek has a lot of wing damage. Sicilian's has nothing. Can he make a miracle overtake? I don't think he can, unless one of these guys makes a big mistake here. He may just try and fancy it into Raskas. You see it happen. It is an odd place to try and overtake because it is so aggressive. And that just lost it for Sicilian. And that has just lost it for his wing. And they're going to finish as is because there's a lot of wing damage there for those guys.
Yeah. Sisson almost lost it on the exit of the final corner. Did end up going into the wall, and Yolta's losing places due to penalties. P8 is where he currently sits. Iceman's coming for it now. He's going to be crossing the line, and he doesn't gain that position on Yolta, so stays at P9. Brownie has driven a very good race. 67% on the rear left tyre. That's the worst tyre that he had. And does make 38 laps on the hards.
He got 9th place as well, so that was a decent recovery from him. But an easy win then for Ryzen, and a championship lead to boot with a 26-point win.
Yep. Well, that was an interesting race, wasn't it? I didn't expect it to go quite as bad as that in terms of the DNFs. I mean, the race itself was just action non-stop, and it was a lot of suspense into working out who's going to go where, but ultimately it is the BWT guys who managed to get it first and second, with Ryzen taking the win and Hittonen taking 2nd place. 3rd place, is that Skatey?
Yes,
it is, right?
Yep.
Let me go to the standings so we can work out who finished where. It is indeed. So, Ryzen P1, Hittonen P2, penalties left, right, centre from a lot of other drivers. Skatey taking 3rd place, Rupert taking 4th, Dax in 5th, Geton in 6th, Sisson in 7th, Yolta in 8th after a really titanic level of sadness overall. Brownie in 9th, Iceman in 10th for the final point, with WoW taking best of the rest. Assassin is in 12th, and I think everyone else DNF, yeah, Andoneer, Hooper, Beaker, Wazza, Race Monster, Danny, and Zuns. All those Zuns disqualified for going the wrong way. Final question for you, Amkasa, is who is your driver of the day?
I think it has to go to Ryzen, but I mean, there's some great recovery drives as well. Bradley did great on those tyres. Who was 4th? I've forgotten who it was. Was that Rupert? It was 4th, penalty free.
4th was Rupert, yeah.
Penalty free and good recovery from him, so he did really well, but I think it has to go to Ryzan. He just dominated it here today.
Yep, no, that's a fair shout. I agree with you on that one. So that is it from us for at least 2 weeks now in the Apex Online Racing. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time to race around Canada, where we are almost guaranteed to see some very exciting action. But for now, it's goodbye from us. It's been an absolute pleasure to come here for you. We'll see you in a fortnight. Take care.
Ta for now.